Welcome to Studio A. Our guest today is Pastor Javier Mondragon, CEO and founder of Bridge of Grace Church. We're thrilled to have him in the studio. Welcome.
Thank you.
How
you
are you?
Me. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Good. It's good to see you again. We've had you on before.
Yes.
This is an update to talk about what you're doing now.
Yeah, a lot of things have happened.
A lot of things have happened. In fact, you've moved to a new space.
Yes. Yeah,
Where are you located now?
Our office is moved just right next door. There's a church, the church building.
Yes.
And then we just had to build a different building that has new offices for Bridge of Grace. It also has an early learning center called the Early Years Academy.
Wonderful.
And then we also have a clinic. It's called Alliance Health. It's a partner that manages that clinic space.
Now, the children's program, that is for ages what to what?
Yeah, they can start as soon as 6 weeks. So
6 weeks old?
Baby, yeah, the baby
Teeny,
can count.
tiny.
So 6 weeks to 5, well, kindergarten.
6 weeks to 5 years of age. Wonderful. And what do they do there? What do they learn, the children?
We like to say that the most important part of our early learning center is the development of the brain. So our vision is to break the cycle of poverty. And we believe that education is key to break the cycle of poverty, especially 0 to 5, on those early years.
Yes.
And so a lot of the things that our staff does there, who is very trained and trauma-informed trained, they focus on this quality of education that focuses on developing the brain and read and all these fun things for the kids.
Wonderful, wonderful. And so you've got new offices for your team, for the children, for Alliance the clinic. What does one need to be able to attend your clinic?
It's free for everybody to come. So these clinics are actually, it's called a federal qualified clinic, which is intended to be in areas like ours that are people who are underinsured or don't have insurance. People in Medicaid, people in Medicare. And so that's usually the majority of the people that come to that clinic. We have a physician, that is there every day, Monday to Friday. We have midwives, so there's a lot of women who are pregnant who come to the regular checkups, and they can go there. We have, I think 1 or 2 days a week, there is a mental health provider as well.
That's wonderful.
They see people, and I know they have a pediatrician now. They have one pediatrician that comes, I don't know that it's every day of the week, but they are serving about 300 people a month.
My goodness, that's a lot of people.
So
that's incredible, and it shows the need.
There was a need, and it's accessible. It's close to the community where people. I live in that neighborhood, and so I've been living there for 18 years. And it's just incredible to me to see people walking to get full access of quality of health, and I'm just
for them
thrilled.
And their children. Yeah, that's really wonderful. Why is it important that you live in that community?
Yeah, that was an intention. It was intentional for my wife and I to move into that neighborhood 18 years ago when we first came to start the church in 2007. And we always wanted to live among the people that we serve. We believe it's called incarnational ministry, right? Just kind of what Jesus did for us. And instead of from heaven say, I love you, he came and showed us
to be with us.
And so, we believe that that's one of the most important things for us is we're not strangers to the challenges that people experience by living the same neighborhood where we serve.
Wonderful, wonderful. And it's a diverse neighborhood, the southeast side.
Very diverse. I would say that's one of our greatest assets. It's you have a lot of culture when it comes to...
So Burmese?
Yeah, a big population of Burmese.
Latinx?
Latinx, Hispanic. And then we have Black and, a few, some, probably the lowest is white. Right? Yeah, but... we have some people from Afghanistan that came as refugees too. Not too long ago, we served people before from Haiti. As well. So it's amazing how many nations are there.
A melting pot for real, a real melting pot.
Yes.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
Yes.
So tell me about what Bridge of Grace is doing.
Yeah, our mission is the same. Our vision hasn't changed. It's been, like I said, to break the cycle of poverty by building thriving and sustainable neighborhoods in Southeast Fort Wayne. That is our vision. Our mission is we empower people to live on their God-given strengths and live life with purpose. And so we believe in the way we function or the approach that we take as we are doing community development. As we take the asset-based community development approach,
Okay.
which is very important for us. That is, we don't focus on the deficits or the needs or the problems or what's wrong with our community. We tend to focus more on what's positive, what's good in the community, what are the assets.
The assets.
And then we've been building upon those assets. And it's game changer. It's really a philosophy that we learned.
A whole different way of thinking.
Yes. It's that glass that is half full or half empty. And depending on how you see it, it will determine on how you approach what you do next.
How you respond, definitely, definitely. So let's talk about, you've built homes in that neighborhood. Let's talk about how that works.
Yeah, that's one of the first programs, but we did started that in 2016, so about 9 years ago.
Okay.
There were a lot of homes that after the recession in 2008, the people, when people lost their homes to foreclosure or they lost their jobs and they had to move, a lot of those were taken by landlords. Yeah, people came and bought, 10, 20, 50 houses at a time. The home ownership decreased and the rentals increased. And then some of those were also lost through tax sales. So the taxes, they didn't pay the taxes, so then the county got some of the houses. In fact, the first house that we got in 2016, it was through the tax sale.
Really?
We went through the county, got it for $4,000.
Wow.
So it's in 2016, we put about $35,000 into the home, and we fixed it up and everything down to the studs. And so I didn't think we were going to do, I knew housing is very important in community development. I didn't know that was the time we were going to start the housing program. But after doing this home, as we were working on it and started calling some friends and churches to volunteer, the word got out and people started to call me and say, I heard you're doing housing. I said, well, I'm doing this one house. Yeah. And they said, well, if you're doing housing, that's what needs to happen in that neighborhood, in that community. Really? So we would love to come alongside. And partner, financially. And so that's how we started. So people started to donate. We started to get more volunteers.
Donating their time, donating supplies.
Yeah, supplies and money to be able to purchase more. And so we bought the second house the same year, and we had a second house working on. And well, today we've done almost 40 homes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 40 homes. These are all renovations. Yeah.
Wow.
And we have sold the majority of them.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. How does one qualify for a home?
Yeah, the first priority it's the people who live in our community, right? So we want to, again, to increase home ownership, decrease their rental rate, because we know that rentals...
people don't take care of them, and they're not invested in the same way that when you own a home.
Right, and a lot of times it's the landlords, and the landlors who are even outside of Fort Wayne.
Absentee landlords.
Yeah, they're not even here.
Right.
And they don't even care about, they just want their check every month. And so not every landlord, I'm not saying every landlord is like that. We have some good ones too.
But there are a number that are not.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. The idea is, for the priority is people in our community have the opportunity to become owners. And so we partner with a lot of banks and financial institutions to help people to provide them with all the financial literacy and empowerment that they have to go through so that they have to go through classes
for financial literacy so that they're able to own and maintain the home.
Correct. Yeah, we have another class that is called home ownership class too. So what it means to become a homeowner, right? Okay. If you've been a renter, the majority of times if something happens, you will call the landlord, they'll come and fix it. Right. Some landlords don't fix it, but some do.
That's true.
And so, so for that reason too, we want them to also learn how to maintain and how to do maintenance in their home so that, something small doesn't become big. And so they have to go through that class too before they qualified. And so, everybody's in different places. So a family could be, 3 months from getting ready and getting pre-approved by a mortgage to be able to get a mortgage. But some people are 6 months behind, or a month, a year, right? Because they don't have credit, or they need to repair their credit, or different things.
They're at different stages. So you take them where they are.
Yep.
And work with them.
Yeah, and if they want to do it, there is a way to do it. There is always partners that are willing to help them and walk them through the process.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. You also have built a park. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, it's one of the most, we were very proud about that because...
Fulfilling for you.
Yes, fulfilling. I think more for, not because of Bridge of Grace, we played a big role on that, but I'll tell you the story is, in 2019, one of the vehicles that we use because of the asset-based community development approach is the neighborhood association. We believe that the people who live in our community are the most important asset, right? They are the experts. They are the ones who we listen a lot to what they want, what they see, what their priorities are about what we need to do. In fact, we see ourselves, Bridge of Grace, as facilitators of the development that people want to see, and they create their own solutions, and then we go and get the grants to be able to do what they say they want to do. And so it was in 2019 when we had this big piece of land and green space, a lot of green space, this very little playground in the middle. It belongs to the city. It's a city park called Brewer Park.
Okay.
And so in 2019, we called the city, the neighborhood association, and said, well, what do we need to do? We need to do something about that park. And so we called the city of Fort Wayne, the Parks Department, and we invited them to come to our meeting. And we wanted to express to them that we wanted to see more in that park. There's a lot of kids here. There's a lot of movement, and our school is growing, and you can see the stats, and so many kids, a very young community.
Little ones.
Yes, very little. And so yeah, they came, we got together with them. The neighborhood association expressed that they wanted to see something different, and they say yes. And so anyways, it took a year where they say, okay, well, if you want something, we need to make sure that all the people around here get to express and give us feedback about what they want.
Okay.
So that's what we're about.
Fantastic.
So, we will help you do events and focus groups and all of that. So that's what we did for a whole year.
Okay.
And then the engineer, the landscaping engineer from the Parks Department, then at the end of that year, he brought a beautiful new rendering of showing, hey, here's what it looked like. Here's what you guys talked about.
Based on what
criteria.
People said.
Yeah, what people said. And so then he showed it to us, and he said, here it's $2.7 million.
Oh.
But we have no money for it.
Okay.
I said, okay, great. But people were excited to be able to see something, right?
Yeah.
There's a vision for there's a dream, there's
something
to
work towards.
Yeah. So when Bridge of Grace, when we started a capital campaign for the new facility, we also included to raise $500,000 for the park, so that we can say to the city, here's our part. Yeah. We would love for you to do your part too.
Yeah.
And so we did. And they did too.
Really?
Yeah. So we got the $500,000 from one donor, very generous donor, who saw the vision.
That's wonderful.
And knew that was a need. And so then the city also had some money, ARPA funds, so money from the federal government.
Okay.
And they decided to allocate $2.2 million. So
they partnered
we just opened
with
this
you,
year.
and it worked.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. It's a beautiful space.
Beautiful park.
And I know the children must love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a lot of kids. It opened this year in August. We did the ribbon cutting. It's beautiful.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. So we talked briefly about your lovely wife and how she's doing, and your 4 babies, your 4 children, not so little babies anymore.
They're taller than me. One is taller than me now.
Let's talk about your son who is doing the gingerbread houses.
Yeah.
He wants to be an architect.
Yes. Yeah, my wife, I always say she's She's my boss.
Okay.
I'm the CEO of Bridge of Grace, but she's my boss.
But she's your boss.
Yeah. I was tell you a short story about.
Please.
One time I got home from work and I was I don't know, something cleaned in the kitchen. I was cleaning something and she was telling me, she said, I asked her, how was your day? And she said, it was good, except your little kid, my 7-year-old.
Yeah.
That's the youngest. He said, he did this and that and that. And so she said, I think you need to talk to him.
Okay.
Because he's not behaving. And I said, well, he's a little Javier, and he's going to be a CEO one day when he grows up. But you don't know my wife, she's very quick. And she said, yeah, only if he marries a wife like me. It is true, actually. She's very quick. She's great. I think the reason of the success of Bridge of Grace is because she's been very committed from the beginning.
And been by your side as your partner.
Absolutely, yeah. Living together.
Saw the vision like you.
Yes. Moving into that neighborhood was not an easy thing to do.
Really?
But she always has been there. Because
she's
of the
as
crime.
Dedicated as you.
Yeah, because of the crime back in the day.
Sure.
It was tough. It was very tough, and so. But she's been always. And my kids growing up there too. All four were born here in Indiana. All in the same place. And my oldest is 16. His name is Israel.
Okay.
He is now taking some classes, some dual credits for college.
Very
so we're
nice.
looking at college already.
Where is he looking at attending?
He has 3 options. It's the 2 Nazarene universities. It's Trevecca Nazarene University, Point Loma Nazarene Universities in San Diego, or Eastern University in Philadelphia.
So away from home.
Yeah.
A little ways.
We'll see.
My goodness.
We'll see. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then my second one, his name is Johan, who you're saying.
Yes.
He's always been a kid of Legos. He loves Legos. So since he was a little kid, building always. He's very good with his hands. And so, we just kind of told him, I said, you're going to be either an engineer or an architect someday. And so, he's been participating for the last 3 years, 4 years, I believe, for the History Center. They have this competition about gingerbread houses. And so he's built 3, and this is his 4th year. But every year is more challenging. He's done a lot of very challenging buildings.
Yeah, so Sydney Opera House.
That's
one
this
of them.
year. Yes, that's this year.
New York.
Yeah.
Not museum, but the New York Opera House.
Opera House, the museum. Yes.
Okay.
In New York.
And then this year is what?
This year is the opera, the Sydney Opera House.
Sydney Opera House.
Yeah, he's done the Falling Water of Frank Lloyd.
Frank Lloyd Wright.
Yeah. So those are
Falling
great.
Water.
And he's won first place.
I imagine. Yeah.
And then this year, like I said, it's a little bit more challenging than last year. But my wife is also always
instrumental. Your wife is instrumental in the baking and the getting it together building.
Yeah. And then we have a girl. Her name is Leah. She's 9. And then my youngest his name is Judah. He's 7 years old.
Judah. Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Thank you. Yeah.
How lovely. How lovely. So you are a very busy man, given the demands of your time with Bridge of Grace, being in the community, being a father, being a husband. You're a busy man. How do you balance it all?
I can tell you, I learned it the hard way.
Okay.
It was tough at the beginning when we had too many different things going, and I was pastoring the church with my wife. We were both pastoring the congregation, but then we also have the Bridge of Grace Ministries, which is the community development aspect of it. And at some point, we had to decide, we couldn't do both. It was just too much to do both.
You needed to delegate.
Yeah. And I needed to do, I was also a chaplain for Parkview for a little bit. So I had 3 jobs at one point.
I didn't know that. Wow.
And so anyway, we had to decide, no, we need to really concentrate. And so, we delegate, like you said, brought a different pastor to the church and just kind of concentrate on Bridge of Grace. I have a great team. Bridge of Grace. God sends the right people at the right time, I would say. One of the things I always say about my staff is most of them, when you go around the room and you talk to them, you can see that they're called.
Yeah.
It's more than a job for them.
Yeah.
A lot of them, the majority of them, they feel called there. The reason they're working and they're there for Bridge of Grace is because it's a calling for them.
And a beautiful, diverse staff. I've looked at your website and saw the different people. One of the people is Miss Becky Baker,
Yes.
who I know from Fellowship Missionary. I told you, one of the things I thought when I looked at your online presence, your website, was the piece regarding Becky being interviewed and her talking about how one of the first things that you wanted her to do was to walk through the neighborhood with you, and you tell her about the different community members, the different neighborhood members, how important that was.
Yeah. 18 years living in the same place has gave us the privilege to be able to get to know our people,
That's
to know
awesome.
the people who live there, and they know us.
Yeah.
And we have grown together, and we have experienced difficulties together.
Yes.
And it's been a privilege and an honor to be the pastors for the neighborhood.
Yeah.
It really is. It's not, maybe we're not the pastors of the congregation anymore, but we're still pastors of our parish is that neighborhood where we go sometimes for a walk, and we can see a neighbor, and they call us and they want to share good news with us. They got a new job, or they're praying for a new job because they had an interview, and they say, "Can you pray with us?" And so we get to pray with them, and it's amazing. And the community has become really, because it used to be, people didn't trust each other,
Sure.
The crime, and they didn't feel safe. But today it's a different place.
It's a different place, and
definitely.
you've been instrumental in that.
Oh,
You've been instrumental in that, Pastor
God has
Javier.
allowed us.
God is
has allowed
good.
us to do it.
He's awesome.
Thank you.
But you are his hands and feet, and you've been doing the work, and it shows.
What a privilege.
Yeah, it shows. So where do you see Bridge of Grace within the next 5 years, the next 5 to 10 years? Where do you want to see it grow to?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we always have plans for the next 10 years. In fact, for the next 10 years, we just announced it on housing. For housing, we just announced that we want to provide, because being a crisis, there is not enough housing. That is part of the reason that people are being evicted from homes. The inflation, where they cannot pay, there is not enough affordable homes. And so in response to that, we have in the past continue to purchase vacant lots in our neighborhood.
Okay.
This is where there used to be homes, and the city knocked them down because they got condemned.
Right.
And so we started to acquire some of those vacant lots. We activated some of those already with new houses in partnership with Habitat.
Okay.
And then some of those we converted them into pocket parks for people to enjoy a place to sit down and just kind of build community. But we have 40 vacant lots that we've been maintaining for the last 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
Some of them we purchased them through the county. Some of them we got donated by the city. The city of Fort Wayne donated to us.
That's wonderful.
And so we've been maintaining them, knowing that one day we will build new homes in these lots.
Okay.
And so this next year we're going to break ground on the first of that. It's going to be, like I said, we partnered with Habitat before, but now we are entering.
Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah, but now we're entering the space where we are going to build. Also, we have a partner that is a developer. And so we are working on these triplexes that would be affordable homes for people.
Okay.
In our community, it's 24 units. We'll break ground in September. We'll be, in the spring the next year, and we should be done by September of
That's
next year.
incredible.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
What a vision. You have vision.
Thank you. Yeah, and then we're also we're going to continue to renovate homes. So the idea would be to continue to increase the homeownership in the Mount Vernon Park neighborhood.
Okay.
So yeah, we're at 51%. We want to get to 70%. That is 100 more homes to get to that.
Okay. How can people help? How can people donate either their time or monies? What can they do?
Yeah, they can go to our website. Probably the best place to go is BG Ministry, bgministries.org.
bgministries.org.
That is our website. You can find there a lot of information, get to know more about Bridge of Grace. Another thing that I invite all the time people is to come for a tour.
Okay.
So that you can see all these different developments that we're doing in the community, get to know people in our community, and we'll love to give people a tour of our facilities and kind of show you what we're doing.
What you're doing.
So please, the same through the website, they can contact us.
Okay.
And then they can also volunteer. We have a lot of opportunities to volunteer. We have after-school programs where they can come and mentor a kid.
Okay.
A day, 2, 3, 4 days a week if you want.
All right.
2 hours a week, 1 or 2 hours a week. And then we also have the housing program. So if you like more of like construction and hands-on, we have opportunity for that. We have 5 houses under construction right now. So there's always something
to do.
Yes.
Okay. Now, we talked earlier about one of the things that's close to both of our hearts, which is what's happening to the Black and the brown in cities across this country. Regarding ICE. We haven't seen that here in our community here in Fort Wayne, but we've seen it around the country. And it's a problem that's for all of us to partake in.
Yeah.
It's a problem for all of us. It's not a Latino problem. It's all of our problems. What is your take on it? What can people do? How do people...
Yeah. I'm an immigrant. I'm originally from Mexico. I came to this country, and then my wife she's a citizen of the United States, and she's the one who helped me with my status to get to now have a
citizen.
status.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is sad to see, especially because a lot of people don't really understand the system and how it works.
Okay.
I've heard a lot of people say, well, just get to the back of the line, and why don't you do it right? Why don't you just wait in your country and wait until you get a visa? Well, the truth is there is no line. When you say get to the back of the line, you don't understand the process. It just it shows that you don't understand. It's really, really, really hard. And it's different for different countries too.
Yeah.
And so first, it's to understand, whatever the politicians are saying out there when they are running a campaign and they're saying something too, this narrative, right? That I think what breaks my heart is more the narrative that was used more like they're sending us their worst, right? Is this as the rapists, the murderers, and all of that.
Mentally ill.
That is the narrative
that is
the
narrative
used.
That's been stated.
That is used.
But it's a false narrative.
It's totally right. There's an example of one day I was walking with a close friend who's been a friend of mine for a long time, and we were walking. I was giving him a tour. Know him for a long time.
Yeah.
And I was giving him a tour and everything. He's just, when was going through the tour of everything that we've done, he's just saying, Javier, God is using you. It's incredible and all of that. And at the end, he said, have you seen what's happening at the border? Like all these people who are coming in, they're going to do crime. They're going to do all these things. And I said, well, or maybe they'll come and they transform a neighborhood like this one here. Because that's what I did too.
Yeah,
I came to this country as an immigrant.
Right.
As an immigrant too.
And look at the good you've done.
I came to make a difference.
Yeah.
By the grace of God, to do something good about this community as a missionary, right? That's what I might consider myself as a missionary. So he was very embarrassed. He said, Javier, I'm so sorry. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. Say, well,
but you are talking about me.
You are talking about me because I'm an immigrant like that too. So those are the kind of situations, right, that things that break my heart, what is being used. And I think is for us, for all of us, especially those who, if you consider yourself a Christian, a believer, right?
That's right.
To read the Bible and to look at the Bible the way God sees, and the way God, from the biblical perspective, not from the political, or the whatever you.
It's not about the right or the left. It's about what does Christ say.
Exactly.
That's the truth.
Yeah, I think that is the best part.
Yeah, and the prayer is always, God, decrease me and increase you. Decrease me and increase you, and give me a mind like Christ.
Right.
Give me a heart like Christ.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, wow. Well, that's very powerful. Thank you for your time, Pastor Javier. I applaud you for the work that you're doing in the community.
Thank you.
We thank God for you.
Yeah, well, I thank God that He He continues to use us, and all we want to do is be faithful to what He tells us to do, and it's incredible what God is doing.
To be obedient.
Couldn't do it without people in the community who believe in the vision and believe in the hope that we have for our community.
You know, there's a Bible verse, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you.
That's right.
Plans to give you hope and a future. I stand on God's promises.
That's
because His word cannot come back void.
Absolutely.
So we pray that for your church as well.
Thank you.
Of
I
course,
appreciate you.
of course. And thank you for tuning in, and you be blessed.